What's up, Miami Dolphin fans and football fans of the NFL? Dennis here. Sports Snippets Dennis Sullivan. Want to spend just a few brief moments discussing the Miami Dolphins' 31-16 victory over the New York Giants. It was a game of typical Dolphin offense, really, for the most part. A couple of concerns along the way, which I want to also talk about. And I'm going to divide this up into two main things. The big picture of where the Dolphins are right now after 5 weeks and their performance on Sunday against the New York Giants. So before I do officially get started with this video, if you do like the content, of course, absolutely, go ahead. Hit that thumbs up. That would be outstanding. Let's get into it, guys. As far as the big picture goes, you have to be absolutely, if not ecstatic, close to it with the start this season of the Miami Dolphins. This team is now 4-1. Do you realize this is the best start in 20 years for the Miami Dolphins? The last time they started their season 4-1. So when we look at 5 games into the season, comparisons, the last time the Dolphins started off 4-1 after 5 games was exactly 20 years ago in 2003. When Dave Wan'dale was the coach, we had Jay Fiedler as a quarterback, a guy by the name of Ricky Williams was a running back, and I had tickets back then, those years, for about 4 seasons, but I regress. So if you're looking at the overall picture, this is a great time to be a Dolphin fan. Dolphins will host the Carolina Panthers next week. As far as the game goes, 31-16, I would say the Dolphins did what they had to do. Was this the greatest performance of the season? Absolutely not, in my opinion, but it wasn't bad. I mean, certainly you rack up easily 500 total yards. I mean, Tua throws for 308, I believe it was, when all was said. Yeah, 308. And maybe even more encouraging, the running game continues to show promise. Well over 200 yards rushing. The big, if you're going to ask me about the difference between the 2023 Dolphins and the teams we've had in previous years, let's say 2022 and a couple years before that, but definitely compared to last year, is the running game. We are now running the football with authority. The offensive line is opening up holes and running lanes for the ball carriers, which we did not see a lot of in years, especially the prior years, couple of years before this one. So it's been an absolute treat watching this team run the football. You had Achane with 151 on the ground and a touchdown, Mostert with 65 and a touchdown, and Mostert had that one that he ripped for like 20 yards that they called back on holding. He'd be in like the mid-80s if it wasn't for that one they called back. Tua ran for 6 yards on 2 carries, but 2 rushing touchdowns, well over 200 yards total. Very encouraging. Tua, as mentioned, throws for 308, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which leads me to the one, shall we say, well, we'll call it a concern, is got to be careful with the football. So we have those 3 turnovers. Achane did lose 1. You know, the guy's human. He's been playing great, but he did lose a fumble. Tua with 2 picks. One was just a bad play. I don't know what he was doing when he kind of threw that wobbly kind of weird pass it was like almost like a screen type of floater to the left. I don't even really know what it was, and got intercepted. Excuse me. So yes, the offense was moving that ball and a lot of good things there. Tyreek had a huge game, 8 catches, 181 yards and a touchdown. But the turnovers, we just got to watch that. As far as the defense, here it is, guys. I said to myself prior to this game starting that I would not get too excited about our defense because no matter what happens today, because this is obviously a depleted Giant team. They don't have their all-world running back in the game. They're not at full strength. No Saquon Barkley. They're not at full strength, clearly. And it is a 1-3 football team coming in, where the Giants now 1-4. But the defense did play well. This wasn't, in all fairness, they played well. I'm going to give them credit. They did a good job. But this isn't a good measure as far as what we could look for in the weeks to come, especially after what happened against the Bills. And let's be honest, what's happened many times this season, like in the first game against the Chargers, which we could have lost. Defense didn't play that great that game. So it's a work in progress, and I'll just continue to update you guys week by week. And let's just view it week by week and see what the heck happens, and see how this defense responds. Can be concerning, but hey, again, the team's 4-1. Cedric Wilson, nice contribution for him. 4 catches, 52 yards. Waddle had the touchdown reception, 35 yards receiving on 5 catches. He did the Waddle in the end zone. We all saw that. That was great. Achane out of the backfield, 14-yard reception. Braxton Berrios, nice role player, return man, gets involved a little bit in the passing game. 2 catches, 13 yards. Mostert out of the backfield, 2 catches, 13 yards. Daniel Jones would leave the game in the second half. Not sure exactly what his injury status or update is for the Giants at this moment. He would throw for 119 yards. Give the Giants credit. They really didn't turn the ball over much at all, if at all. Tyrod Taylor came in, completed 9 of 12 for 86 yards. I'll say this. Tyrod Taylor, that's a good backup to have. That is a good backup. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if the Dolphins had him, but I'm a fan of White, though. I like him. He's a good player from the Jets. I'm glad he's our backup. But Tyrod Taylor, proven veteran. Giants could not run the football. They tried, that's for sure. Eric Gray, 12 carries, 25 yards. Jones was like the best runner. Daniel Jones, 24 yards on 4 carries. Matt Breida struggled, 9 carries, 21 yards. Taylor added 14 yards rushing, and wan'dale Robinson had a yard rushing on a carry. One guy that is a definite star, really, in the making, I think. If you're a New York Giants fan, you got a lot to look forward to when it comes to Darren Waller. Very talented tight end. He would finish with 8 catches, 86 yards. Very impressed with him. Then I'll run down real quick, guys. Bear with me for like 2 seconds, and then we'll wrap up. Going to run down the rest of the Giant receivers. He had Darius Slayton, 2 catches, 35 yards. Paris Campbell, 2 catches, 23 yards. Isaiah Hodgins, 2 for 19. Robinson, 5 for 18. Sterling Shepard, catch for 13 yards. Daniel Bellinger, catch for 7. Breida out of the backfield, catch for 3 yards. And Gray out of the backfield, catch for a yard. So, now, big picture. Let's go back, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's go back to that big picture. Very winnable game for the Dolphins next week against Carolina. Then we get the Eagles. So, cannot get trapped up in this, because Carolina's rebuilding, got the rookie quarterback. You got to come out strong, got to come out focused. These are the kind of weeks where teams can get caught, especially you look ahead playing one of the best teams in the NFL. Some may say even the best team in the NFL, in the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Dolphins, got to focus. This is going to be a big week. It's going to be a big week 6 coming up. Got to focus. Got to play a good game. Continue to run the ball and mix it up. That's when we're our best. When we abandon the run, which we don't, really I don't even want to, why did I bring that up? But now that I brought it up, if we abandon the run, that's when we find ourselves in trouble. But we have not been doing that. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. I will talk to you soon. And bye for now.